Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is open up the server. So let's open up the server, and you're going to go to your 1-1 index photos. That's where it is. And right now I'm going to be working with Drea's. Drea, you took Courtney Stewart's, correct? So hopefully your pictures are in here. If they aren't, you need to find them and put them in here. There's obviously not enough pictures in here for everyone who's in Photo J, 3rd and 4th hour, so hopefully your pictures are saved somewhere else and you're going to put them in there. So we're going to work with Courtney Stewart's, which were taken by Drea Holly. So here are her pictures, and Drea has only put 3 pictures in there. And you'll notice there's one, if you look on the right over here, there's one of her in glasses with a lei on. There's one of her in another costume, and another of her in another costume. So we're going to work with the first one. So there's 1, 2, 3 that we have to work with. Is that the same girl? She's got her hair down in one. Oh, okay. So one thing you're going to do, you want to open it in Photoshop. Like right now, if I click on it and open it, it opens it in Preview. You'll see up here in the upper left-hand corner, it says Preview. We don't want it in Preview. We want it in Photoshop. So you hold down your Control key, click on the picture, and do Open With, and then Adobe Photoshop. So Drea, you're going to want to open not that one, but the one below it. And you guys will want to open one of yours. So yours may not have this grid over it. And I honestly don't know why mine has that grid over it. It just does. How many of yours do have a grid over it? Do y'all have one open? Okay. So now practice with me. You hit Command plus and it zooms it in. Command minus and it zooms it out. You should have this toolbar over here or somewhere on your page. If you don't, go to Window and down to Tools. See, I'm going to make mine disappear. Window, Tools, and your toolbar. And you should click on this, which is your brush tool, and get your brush. Then what you do is you go down here in the bottom right-hand corner, the one that's like a circle, half circle. And it's right behind Doris. So, see, it's this one that's the circle, half circle, right down here. And then you're going to go to Hue Saturation. And you get all of these levels. You're going to want to take the saturation all the way down to where it's black and white. See what happens if you mess with the saturation like it does that? You want to take it all the way down to where it's black and white. And what you're going to play with are these things. So you get your brush tool, and watch what happens. You see what happened when I clicked and just colored? When I click and color, it takes the color back to whatever I'm coloring over. See? Now, what's wrong with this? She's got a scarf and 2 leis and glasses on, and I got the leis and the scarf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to hit Option plus or Command plus, and I'm going to zoom in. And so you can see I've got the scarf and the leis, and I just want to get the leis. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to take my brush, and I'm making sure I'm on the brush tool, which I am. I'm going to hit the Control minus, no, not Control minus, just the bracket. You see the brackets on your keyboard? The bracket, the left-hand bracket makes your brush smaller. The right-hand bracket makes your brush bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it all back to black and white. How I do this is with this. I'm going to hit X, and you see how over here the white went on top? With the whites on top, it changes it back to black and white. See how I did that? Over here, right here, if I hit X, the black is going to be on top, and then that makes it the color. So I'm going to X, I'm going to change it back to black and white. So I'm going to zoom out, Command bracket, not Command, Control minus. Yeah, so I'm going to make it all black and white again. So I'm going to zoom in, Command plus, zoom in. I'm going to take my circle smaller, my brush smaller. It's still in the black and white. You see the white's on the top over here. I'm going to hit X, bring the black to the top, and I'm just going to start coloring. Now, these pictures are going to be zoomed out pretty much, and the great thing about this one is she has on a black shirt, and she's on a white background. So you see how when I color over the black shirt, what happens? Yeah, she's wearing black, so it doesn't matter. So I sit here, and I'm going to do all of this. Now, I've gotten a little bit of her scarf, but that's okay because this is going to be zoomed out pretty far. Now, if I go all the way over here, I'm going to have to do the X and then make it back to black and white. But a little bit of it on the outside is okay. So I'm just going to sit here. How many of you like to color? Like you feel relaxed when you're coloring? Any of you? I do. I like to color. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am just coloring the legs. Now, here is where it gets tricky, kind of a pain, because of course I've gotten this in there, so I'm going to have to make my paintbrush even smaller, hit X, take it back to the black and white. And I don't expect perfection. I know, contrary to popular belief, I don't expect perfection all the time. I hear some of you laughing. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to color. And I'm going to go up here to the, and everyone's favorite seems to be the glasses. So for the glasses, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my brush exactly the same size as the glasses. And then I'm just going to color this. My mouse is set on a really fast tracking. So some of you might have an easier job. Yours might be a little bit easier. So once you've done all that, let's pretend like this is done. I know it's not, but just for sake. Hit Command minus and zoom it all the way out. So I'm done. I'm not really done, but I'm going to be done for now. What you're going to do is do File. Whoops, preview again. I'm just going to go back down to Photoshop. There it is. You're going to do File, Save As, and you're going to make sure it's saved in the same place, Courtney Stewart. So I'm going to save it as Courtney Stewart, if I can spell, black and white, 1. Now you'll notice it says PSD. I don't want a PSD. It needs to be, and every time you make a change in Photoshop, it automatically saves it as a Photoshop document. I don't want to save it as a Photoshop document. I want to save it as a JPEG. So I'm going to click down here, JPEG, not JPEG 2000, JPEG. And then it changes the back of it to JPEG, and then I'm just going to hit save. And it'll ask that. I want it size 12, and then there it is. So when I close it, I want to make sure, why do I have like a million things open today? So you'll notice in the folder there are the 3 that Drea took, and then the one that I made the color. Okay? That's all you're doing. Now when you go through, like Drea is going to work on Courtney, the second one. So you're going to click on it, hit Control, open with, Photoshop, zoom in, make it bigger. This, hue saturation, all the way down, brush tool, black on top, and then just start coloring. Now, of course, this kind of gets kind of hairy. Ha ha ha, because we're hair. Yep, not really that funny, was it? Oh well. So you're just going to kind of play with it just a little bit. Her hair is going to show through some places, but that's okay. Then you just sit here and you color. Oops, what did I just do? Got her skin in there. So I want to hit Z. Nope, not Z. Not Z. Z for zoom in. I'm going to go back to my brush, hit the X, and then it's going to make it black and white again. It's that simple. That's what you're doing for the next 3 pictures. Have a great day.